Welcome back. The golf course is a great place for business to connect and for people to network.
For sure, yeah, even for us gals. One group has a mission to help women specifically connect on the links. Emily Phillips is with the Executive Women's Golf Association, the Milwaukee chapter, and Brent Bodie is a physical therapist. He's going to get us loose for golf this season. Nice to have you guys on this show.
Thanks for having us.
I think a lot of people are thinking, okay, we want the weather to change, so people are dying to get out there and start playing golf. People who love it, this is the time when they're like, okay, I'm ready to get out there.
If the weather would cooperate, we'd all be a lot happier.
Exactly, exactly. So what does the EWGA do? How do you connect women? Because, you know, it's a great way to network, and people do a lot of business even on the golf course. What do you do as part of your organization?
Sure. So our organization is kind of threefold. We really work hard at making it less intimidating for new golfers. We really offer a lot of different leagues and opportunities for people at all levels if they're experienced, but you know, everyone has a different talent level. And then we also work very hard at being able to develop relationships and get to know the different people within the organization. Anybody that's involved in a professional organization understands that when you have over 250 members, it's very hard to connect. So we have a lot of different outings, monthly networking luncheons, social gatherings that enable us to get to know one another, because if you want to have a successful organization, it's all about the people.
Yeah.
So if you combine people with passion, you get the EWGA.
Sure. On top of some of those events, any other bigger events that you guys host?
We do. We have a spring kickoff this Saturday, the 20th at the Chipotle Shrine Center, and that's located on 30th in Wisconsin. Starts at 9 o'clock. Registration and networking is from 9 to 9:30, and then breakfast, and then you learn all about what we have to offer, from leagues, education, social outings, etc.
So you don't have to be a member then in order to show up for this event.
Not at all.
And learn more about your organization.
Not at all. You can go to our website, ewgamilwaukee.org, and you can sign up in advance, or you can do same-day registration. So bring yourself, bring your family, bring your friends. It's a lot of fun.
And I bet you can connect women of all different levels, because we were talking about, do you play golf? And it's like, well, everybody plays golf. It's like, but how good are you? But you don't have to be a great golfer to be part of your group.
Not at all. In fact, anybody that's watching that knows me will attest to that.
Golfers are all so modest. Very few people are like, oh yeah, I'm a great golfer.
I'm great.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you find that's true?
Always.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
I told somebody once that I was a scratch golfer because I thought that meant you weren't very good.
You whiff and scratch?
And I found out,
like,
no, that means you're, they're like, really? I'm like, so I've learned something about that. All right, so what can people be doing now to stretch and get ready? Because Dan's going to demonstrate once you kind of tell them what to do, how to get ready for the golfing season.
Yeah, I think a misperception about golf is that it's not a very athletic sport. People tend to think, you know, they just kind of go out to the course, not too many people do stretches or do any kind of exercises, but golf actually puts quite a bit of stress on your body. The number one place that tends to break down in golfers is your lower back, as you could imagine. The biggest motion with golf that a lot of other sports don't go through as much is rotational forces. That puts a lot of stress through your joints and through your discs especially. So the things that I always tell people as far as low back goes with my patients is that posture, flexibility, and strength. Those three things I always try to hit. So as far as posture goes, when you're setting up for your golf stance, why don't should I show
let's
on
come
you?
out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So as far as golf stance goes, why don't I give you the club here?
Of course.
And we'll demonstrate.
Okay.
So there's kind of two extremes of somebody's posture that they can get into.
Yes.
If we only hit a ball, you smack it right there.
Right.
So oftentimes you'll see people out on the course, if they really get kind of in a hunched over posture like this, what this tends to do, this arch shape right in your back here, it tends to place a lot more stress on your muscles and ligaments and more of your soft tissues. And you can imagine once you're loaded like that and then you're doing a lot of rotational stress, that can be pretty aggravating. The other extreme that you see sometimes is people who are all the way upright, kind of stick your belly button out like that, and you still bend over like this. So kind of like, exactly, doesn't that hurt? Just like that.
That's terrible.
So somebody who gets really extended in their lower back, you're weight bearing right on your joints and you end up kind of shearing through those when you're swinging through. What you want to do is be able to find that kind of that middle range posture. And what we know is when you're in a nice neutral posture, that's when your core muscles automatically fire the best.
All right, we're about to run out of time. Give us one quick stretch that is good for golfers.
So playing around with thinking about that lower back again, what we want to make sure is that your hips are nice and mobile so that stretch is not going through your lower back. So what we can do is take a nice wide stance with your hips. This is great to do right before you start out. Put your hands on your hips here.
I'll hold that for you.
Just like that. What I want you to do is keep your back up nice and straight like that and just kind of drop one hip. Like that. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So stretch it
right inner hamstring
exactly.
right there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can go, and typically what they keep talking about is static stretching, not a good thing. We want to do more active stretching, and warming up is better. So you can, I typically have people do about 10 times side to side, and you can kind of turn your feet in and turn your feet out a little bit to bias different parts of your hips. But that's a great one to do right before you get out on the course.
Let's go golfing.
You ready to go now? All right, Dan's all fired up. Here's some information for the kickoff that Emily was just talking about. It's happening this Saturday, April 20th from 9 until noon. It's just $25. It's happening at the III Shrine Center, which is located on West Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee. The website to go to for more information is ewgamilwaukee.org to register for the spring kickoff. You can do that right there on the website. Nice to have you guys on the show.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us.
Good job, Dan.